Hello, all, and welcome. We are back with another episode in our series on talent development trends, where we focus on trends, challenges, and strategies in talent development. Last episode, we took a look at the future of on the job training. Moving on, in this episode, we will take a look at AI in workforce development and corporate training. Joining us again is Susan Minaya, COO and Chief Learning Strategist, and Dr. Guido Minaya, CEO and Chief Learning Officer, both with Minaya Learning Global Solutions. Stay tuned to learn more. Susan and Guido, it's great to have you back. And I'll turn it over to you.
Hey, thank you, Dario. So, Guido, I'm really interested to hear about the work you've been doing in the AI HI space. You're now part of UC Berkeley Executive Education Program on AI. So, how's that going?
Hi, Susan. Hello, Derry. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, well, thanks for asking, Susan. Yes, as we can imagine, there are many facets to AI, and the UC Berkeley course is giving me a deeper understanding of the foundational concepts that AI is built on. But really, the overall focus is looking at AI from the lens of a business leader and how AI can assist with implementing AI related business strategies. And we have over 300 participants from all around the world. And we learn more about data analysis. What I took back from our latest session is the differences between descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. And in a nutshell, descriptive analytics looks at your data and summarizes what did happen, right? Predictive analytics looks at what will happen, and prescriptive analytics helps determine what should happen. So each of those have an important role depending on what your business challenge or business strategy is.
Well, that's really interesting. It reminds me that prescriptive analytics piece, they use that a lot in healthcare for diagnosing certain things. So that's super interesting. Well, I'm sure our listeners will want to hear more about this as you complete the UC Berkeley program. So we'll have to talk more about that. So, how has AI impacted workforce development and corporate training strategies in recent years?
Yes, the last 12 months have been incredible to see the major progress. Well, AI has transformed workforce development really by enabling personalized, adaptive, and scalable learning experiences. Some examples might be like DHL implemented an AI driven learning platform that personalizes training content for employees, resulting in improved engagement and knowledge retention. So, this approach allows for some real time feedback and adjustments to training materials, ensuring that learning is both relevant and effective. Another example would be at Great Place to Work. AI is becoming like the ultimate sales coach. Teams are using it to sharpen their pitches, perfect their selling techniques, and AI enables them to practice their pitches through detailed feedback. So this allows sales professionals to refine their existing approach and experiment with different strategies. Again, all building confidence in something that's closer to our real world meetings.
Yeah, that's really interesting. As an executive coach, I really find that really intriguing. And how do I leverage that with clients that I'm working with? But let's flip back to the L&D team. So, how should they view AI tools like ChatGPT and generative AI? Are these tools best suited for employee training, or should organizations explore other AI applications for skill development? What are your thoughts there?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, a number of the tools are effective. So, as an example, L&D teams could consider AI tools like ChatGPT, as you mentioned, as a supplement to traditional training methods. So, as an example, Bank of America uses AI powered conversation simulations to help employees practice client interactions, enhancing their communication skills and building their confidence. So, it's the integration of AI in a safe environment that complements the blended traditional learning approach and adds for a more effective team member to hit the ground running.
Yeah, that's great. It's sort of interesting because I know definitely how much time savings I've seen with just framing things up once I have an initial outline, how I help it like collaborate with me to kind of build things out. So it's definitely a time saver and just gives some different perspectives that maybe I hadn't thought about when I'm putting things together for clients. So, how can learning and development teams balance teaching human centric skills like emotional intelligence and critical thinking with the technical and AI focused training?
Right, right. Well, balancing technical and human centric skills can again be achieved through a blended learning approach. Some organizations have implemented AI driven gamification strategies in their training programs, combining technical skill development with scenarios that require emotional intelligence and critical thinking. So that's one way. So, AI systems can analyze employee skills, learning patterns, and performance data to create those customized learning paths. And this is what can complement the better understanding of those kinds of soft skills and human centric skills.
Yeah, that's true. And it really does also allow for personalization of the learning experience for an individual, which makes it more meaningful for them as opposed to everybody in the pool. We're all going to do the same thing, right? So I think that's one huge advantage that it has. Here's a great question for you. So do you think L&D teams in general view AI adoption as an opportunity or more as a disruption?
Well, I think there's so many facets of the journey that we're taking in terms of L&D. Forward-thinking L&D teams perceive AI adoption as an opportunity to enhance workforce development. One example that comes to mind is GE Aerospace and its partnership with Microsoft to integrate AI tools into their operations. The AI system is called WingMate, and it assists employees with tasks such as summarizing documents and drafting emails, thereby streamlining workflows and allowing staff to focus and be trained on the more strategic activities.
Yeah, so in your course, what are some of the things that you're learning about how L&D leaders can foster collaboration between AI tools and human intelligence to drive creativity and innovation across their teams?
That's a great question. L&D leaders can promote collaboration between AI and human intelligence by encouraging the use of AI as a co-creative partner. For example, we as Minaya Learning use Colossian, a tech company which uses generative AI to create corporate training videos. And this approach allows for rapid content development, enabling human trainers to focus on customization and enhancing the learning experience. We've been very happy with our use of that. And what's great is that human-like AI avatars that deliver material with realistic lip syncing, users can input scripts, and it supports over 70 languages. So we've been very pleased with how we as L&D leaders are supporting clients with this new direction.
Yeah, we love it. And definitely Dario loves it. As our multimedia manager who works with those things. So it is a really great platform to work within. So what advantages do organizations gain when employees are fully equipped with AI literacy? How does this translate to measurable success in learning and development programs?
Absolutely. Well, I think one important outcome, right, is that our employees, our workforce, really to meet today's challenges, their productivity levels have to be higher, right? So they have to increase. And what AI allows us to do is to 5x, 10x the productivity of employees. Organizations with AI literate employees benefit from increased efficiency and more importantly, innovation. For instance, Johnson & Johnson employs AI to assess workforce skills and plan for future needs, leading to more informed decision making and strategic talent development. And this approach has resulted in measurable improvements in productivity and employee satisfaction.
Wow, that's amazing. It's just to see how far all of this has come in such a short time. So, as we kind of come towards the end of this, what are some key steps for L&D leaders to implement AI literacy programs that they can scale across large and diverse workforces?
Surely. Well, and we started our journey as Minaya Learning Global Solutions over a year ago. And as we considered different ways that we can not only improve our own operations, we then announced our AI Center of Excellence. And really, with AI literacy programs, key components are assess the current AI readiness of your teams, of your workforce, develop tiered learning pathways, create customized training modules for different roles and proficiency levels. And then looking at your existing platforms, how can we integrate AI into your existing platforms, right? it's very important to learn by doing, right? You learn AI by using AI, and we encourage hands-on learning, provide practical experiences with AI apps, and really from a leadership perspective, foster that AI friendly culture because it leads to innovation as well as productivity gains, and continuously update the training materials, keeping current with some of those AI tools that can best support the strategies of your company.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Where I see probably one of the biggest barriers for learning organizations is really that the second and third item you talked about, develop tiered learning pathways, because so many organizations really don't have that granular competency level targeted training alignment within their systems, which I could see could be a barrier for them being able to accomplish this. So that's a note to all the learning and development people. Start looking at that. Take those competency levels seriously and start identifying training that aligns with the different levels of proficiency for the competency so that you could really leverage AI to be able to serve up a personalized learning experience.
Right, right. And I'm amazed that almost every day, every week, in the teams that we have are learning how else we can improve upon a process, how else we can improve upon the work that we do for clients. And AI is assisting in us continuing to learn, continuing to be innovative, continuing to want to try something that might provide us even a much greater gain. So yeah, it's been very exciting, and I'm thrilled that AI is a new tool that we can all use to advance our work.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, I think what you talked about is just keep testing and trying. It's so important. Like with clients, we leverage that with the Solvably platform. I mean, that's really a powerful resource for teams to be able to not only solve business problems, right, that they're having it through challenges in a very innovative way to be able to identify solutions to those challenges within the organization, but it also allows them to dip their toe into the AI world through that experience.
Absolutely, that design thinking model
Hmm.
allows us to progress in understanding the problem, understanding what might be available to support it, what we don't have in terms of context of a potential solution, and then beginning to solve for that solution, all with the added benefit of how can AI assist us
Hmm.
in that final resolution. And once you find that understanding of that final project or recommendation, it does 5x, 10x the productivity of how that can impact your business.
Yeah, to your point, that's one of the things that we found. AI is not the thing. AI is an enabler. And so when you kind of put it in its proper place for the things that it can do, and there's still things that we have to be able to provide from our own human interactions and experiences that kind of feed it to know how it can help us, right? So it really is a very symbiotic relationship, and it's a lot of fun. I know we all have enjoyed the journey that we've been on for the last year and a half with this.
Absolutely. And we look forward to assisting clients and just having fun with it.
Yeah, definitely so. Guido, did we talk about L&D teams and ensuring that employees stay ahead of the rapidly evolving AI landscape?
Right, right. Well, I think this is where we touched on that from a leadership perspective, fostering that culture of continuous learning, and L&D teams as, in essence, those champions of learning have a big role to play in terms of the culture of continuous learning. And this includes providing access to up-to-date training resources, encouraging participation in AI-related projects, and facilitating, like we're doing here, knowledge sharing across the organization,
Mhm.
across your networks. And really, that's a big component of that culture of continuous learning.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Guido. I've really enjoyed this conversation today. It's something I know is very near and dear to your heart. We're also living it as we go day by day. So thank you so much for bringing your expertise to all of us.
My pleasure. Thank you both.
All right. Well, thank you both for sharing so much on the topic of AI in workforce development and corporate training. In our next episode, we'll be taking a look at measuring success in talent development. Until next time.